This video will go through the best way to find journal articles on English law using Westlaw UK.
As with everything at the Lanchester Library, the best place to start is the Library Catalogue Locate, which links to everything we own and to which we subscribe. I'm going to head to the subject guides to find the guide for law. This takes us through to a page which I maintain. I'm going to select the Legal Databases tab. And you can see there that there is a link to Westlaw. Westlaw is a good database to use when you're researching journals which cover English law. The article search function on Westlaw does search all aspects of law. However, it is the best database to use when researching journal articles on English law.
Before we start, the things you need to think about are: searching for topics is about experimenting with different combinations of keywords. Identify your keywords. The keywords are the words in the topic that best describe it, and they will form the basis of your search. Once you've thought about those words, you need to think of synonyms. These are words or phrases that have the same or similar meaning in the same language. Just because you refer to something in a particular way doesn't mean that everyone else will use the same terminology. You may need to think about alternative spellings too. This mainly refers to the difference between English English and American English. You may also want to think about different ways of writing down the same thing. Trademark may be written down as two separate words. It may be written down as one word, or it may be written down as two separate words with a hyphen between it. You may want to put two or more words together to do phrase searching. Enclosing words in double quotation marks will instruct a database to search for those words as a phrase. For example, offer an acceptance. If you don't do that, it will search for each individual instance of each individual word. So you would find all mentions of offer and all mentions of acceptance. They won't necessarily go together to refer to the contract law term offer and acceptance. Using a word stem may help you find all variants of that word. For example, murder with an asterisk. On many databases we'll find murder, murderer, murders, murdering. So using an asterisk like this will often instruct an online database to find all variants of the word murder.
Once you've decided on your keywords, you will need to go to a database like Westlaw to begin your search.
When you log on to Westlaw, you will need to enter your Coventry University email address, excluding the uni after the @ sign, and then your Coventry University password.
Once in Westlaw, select the Journals tab and select Journals Search. You'll be presented with a number of search boxes, and you can expand those by selecting more options at the bottom of the page. And here you can search for journal articles on a specific case, a piece of legislation, or you can search by topic at the top of the page here. If you use the free text search box, you will find all mentions of the words that you type in that box in the abstract or full text of the journal article. Free text searching will often bring back a large number of results, and not all of those will be relevant. Therefore, I tend to use the subject keyword search box which will bring back results that are directly relevant to your topic. So I'm going to search for articles on offer and acceptance. You will see that that brings back 407 results. I can narrow down further by clicking on one of the subjects on the left-hand side that best describes what I'm looking for. I can also limit by date on the left-hand side and by jurisdiction. I can also limit by searching in the search box at the top left-hand side. So if I wanted to search within the 407 results for articles that also mention consideration, I could then do that by typing consideration in the search within results box. Looking at number 2 in my results list, I can click on the full text of the article and read it there on my screen. And I've got the normal delivery options of email, print and download on the right hand side of the screen. However, let's go back to our results list and look at an article that isn't immediately accessible on Westlaw in full text. Number 1 in my results list isn't immediately available in full text on Westlaw. Therefore, I'm going to need to go to Locate and try and find the full text of Butterworth's Journal of International Banking and Financial Law. Once I've found that journal, I'll open it up and try and find the full text of the journal article. So I'm going to copy that across and paste it into the library catalogue, Locate, to see if I can find the journal, Butterworth's Journal of International Banking and Financial Law. I'm going to select Online Access, go through to the link that's offered to me. Once there, I can click through to the right volume, or I can search within the Journal of International Banking and Financial Law for the correct journal article. So I'm searching for the journal article now, and here it is in full text. Going back to our results screen on Westlaw, you'll notice that the results are not in Oscola format. So you're going to need to go to the Oscola LibGuide to find out how to get that into Oscola format. So if I return to the Law Library Guide and select Oscola, and then select Frequently Referenced Items, I can see the guidance there on changing that Westlaw reference into Oscola format. If you do need any help finding journal articles, do get in touch with me. Either email me or book an appointment.